Good evening and welcome to another episode of Beating COVID-19. On today's episode, we are going to cover the second part of Corona Colic, whereby we're covering the solutions to overcoming the Corona Colic or turning the coronavirus pandemic into an advantage for you and your business or your future business or your career. Yesterday we covered Corona Colic. We gave the causes of Corona Colic. I have the notes as usual. And we had, out of the causes, we found an over-reliance on the cheaper supply chain. You know what the cheaper supply chain is. Number two, there's a deterioration in both local and cottage industries, leading to shortage of jobs, because most people are employed in the informal sector, which mostly runs the industrial cottage industry and the informal industrial sector as well. There's a lack of ingenuity. Most of people just copy and paste their business. That is the copy and paste business model, a business model that has been tried and over-tried. It's not tried and true. The next thing is an over-reliance on the government or private sector to meet your needs. Everything is naomba serikali, ama naomba Safaricom, ama naomba so and so, ama naomba hii kampuni, ama kampuni ile ingine, and all this over reliance on them makes you a slave to them, because if they don't do anything, you have nothing. So and then the handout mentality versus the hand up mentality. And to that, the solution number one was talking about self-reliance, the ability to rely on yourself for the management and pursuance of life and happiness. So we mentioned the 5 pillars of self-reliance, which is food self-reliance, transport self-reliance, communication self-reliance, energy self-reliance, and enterprise self-reliance. And each of them, in short, are food self-reliance, the ability to grow your own food or to acquire food that you need. Number 2, the ability to transport yourself, that is a transport self-reliance, meaning that you are not reliant on the transportation systems which we have, which are highly unreliable from time to time. The communication self-reliance means that you are not bogged down and that you cannot communicate, because we are in the communication age and the world requires you to be online all the time. The energy self-reliance, meaning that you can meet your bills, or you can even subsidize your power by going solar or such kind of things, try to minimize your costs on energy. And the enterprise self-reliance, which is the ability to create a business. That was yesterday's lesson in a short wrap-up. So today, which is solution number 2, is a simple thing. It's called the essential service. As you've seen, now you really know what the essential service is. In ILO, by definition, it says it's a service whomsoever rendered, and whether rendered to the government or to any other person, the disruption of which would endanger life, health, and or personal safety of the whole or part of the population. Now, today, we have a list of services which are considered by the government to be essential services. Let me ask you a question. Is football an essential service? I mean, today, in this corona age, is football an essential service? Is betting an essential service? Is dancing an essential service? I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe to you they are essential services. But to the government and the running of economies, essential services have been clearly defined. And that is one of the reasons that should spur your imagination and your creativity to develop business models around self-reliance. Self-reliance and essentiality, being an essential industry, as an essential business, developing products that the population will use and without which the population's life or livelihoods may be endangered. Now, what am I talking about? Let's say you are a shopkeeper and you study to become a paramedic, which is it's a non-certificate course. You can actually sit for it in Red Cross or such places. Then you have turned the fact that you are a shopkeeper with paramedic skills, you are now an essential service. Because should an accident or somebody get sick near your shop, you can be able to resuscitate them. You can also be able to treat them, or you can give them a fighting chance of surviving. An essential service is that a service for which part or the whole population can be in danger should it fail. So my challenge today is to turn my business into an essential service, whereby I'm needed whether there's a disaster or not. And I think that's one of the challenges that entrepreneurs are facing today. While companies are closing and people are being sent home, there are still some essential services like security officers, like in hotels, housekeeping, people who actually have to clean the place, because if you leave it alone, it will just rot and decompose or get destroyed. Essential services are vital for the future that is our present today. The coronavirus or the corona colic has shown that not all services are essential services, and you must have an opportunity to look deep within yourself and ask yourself the honest question: am I an essential service? Failing which, you will then have to readjust your priorities and organize your projects and organize your business to surround the essential nature of that service, so that your business can have a viable future in the coming years. As people have said, the virus may be with us for years. It may not be cured. It may have a vaccine, but not now. It may have a treatment, but not soon. But is your business moving on regardless? Develop the essential business in your business, and you will see a thriving economy. Number 1 is self-reliance, and the 5 pillars of self-reliance you already have heard. Number 2 is the essential nature of business, which is an essential service. Develop an essential service. And that's all I can say to you tonight. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Good night and God bless.